Good morning, P6. For those of you who have chosen to do the lower level comprehension today, what we're going to do is we're going to have a look at your comprehension text together, and then we'll have a look at what it is that you have to do for your tasks today. So the comprehension that you are doing today is called Mrs. Goat and Her 7 Little Kids. And we're going to read through the story together. So what I would like you to do is go and download a copy of this story for you to be able to follow on. Or of course you can follow on the screen, but I'm going to read it with you now once through, and then you can go and read it through again by yourself. So today's story is called Mrs. Goat and Her 7 Little Kids. Once upon a time, Big Mother Goat was about to go to the supermarket. "Kids," she said to her children, "don't you open that door to anyone. If you do, the hungry wolf will probably get in and eat you all. Now, we don't want that, do we?" "No, we don't want that," said the kids. "I'll kick him on the leg," shouted the littlest one. Now, the wolf was hiding underneath the window, and he heard all this. When Big Mother Goat had gone on her way, he knocked on the door. "Who's that?" shouted the kids together. "I'm your mum," the wolf growled. "Open up the door. I forgot to give you your pocket money." "You're not Mum?" shouted the littlest one. "Mum's got a squeaky little voice that sounds like music." "You're the hungry wolf," shouted the kids, and they wouldn't open the door. So the wolf ran off to the music teacher's house. "Teach me to speak in a squeaky little voice like music," he growled. "If you don't, I'll bite your beak off." "Very well," said the music teacher, and she did her best. Then the wolf hurried back to the kids' house and banged on the door. "Let me in, this is Mummy. I've got some sweets for you," he called. "Show us your hoof first," said the littlest one. And the wolf pushed his paw through the letterbox. Now, P6, what I'd like you to do before we look at today's task, I'd like you to go and read through the story one more time. So pause the video, go and read it through one more time, or rewind back, listen to me read it with you one more time. And then once you've done that, come back to the video and we'll find out what today's task is. Okay, so have you read through it one more time, at least one more time? Right, well, today's task, P6, is all about our reciprocal reading skills, and today we're practicing being the questioner. If you remember last week, we were practicing clarifying the key words, so we looked for some of the words in the story and we had to decide what they meant. Well, for today's task, we're going to write our own questions based on your story, Mrs. Goat and Her 7 Little Kids. So today I want you to make up the questions. And I want you to make up altogether 8 different questions. The first 4 questions, as it says on your page, should all begin with different question words. Now, we know that there are lots of different question words out there. So there are words like who, what, where, when, why, which, how, and lots of other ones as well. So what I would like you to do today is start by making up 4 different questions, but each question begins with a different question word. Don't forget, every question must finish with a question mark. And don't forget also that we should be able to find the answer within the story. So make sure that when you're writing a question, it's about something that happens within our story. So questions 1, 2, 3 and 4 are all based on what happens in the story, beginning with different question words. Question number 5 and question 6 that you're going to make up, I would like them to be multiple choice. So multiple choice questions, well, for these, write a question and then write down 3 possible answers, but only one of these answers will actually be correct. So can you make up 2 different questions For each one of them, give us 3 possible answers, but only one of them will be correct. Finally, for question 7 and question 8, I would like you to make up some true or false statements. So you're going to write down a statement based on the story and then ask whoever's reading your question, is this true or false? For example, in this story that we've just read, my statement could be the wolf pretended to be their father, true or false? And we know, of course, that that had to be false because he was pretending to be their mother. He was pretending to be mummy. So the first thing you're going to do, P6, after you've read through your story is see if you can write down for me 8 different questions. Once you've done that, well, today in our story, while it's Mrs. Goat and her 7 little kids, as humans we use the word kids just to describe children. But of course, as most of us will know, a baby goat is called a kid. I wonder today if you can tell me the names of some other baby animals. So if you go back to our home learning page for today, you'll see that I've given you 10 different animals, and what I would like you to do is, can you find out for me the names of the different baby animals? So what do we call a young horse? What do we call a young swan, a young deer, a young fox, for example? If you get all of that done and you've still got some extra time, then I would love you to perhaps use your ICT skills today. And I would love you to make me a collage of different baby animals. Collages are where we take lots of photographs and we put them together into one bigger picture. And there's an example on the website. You could maybe use an app such as Pick Collage to make this, or you could cut them out and just stick them onto a page, whatever works for you. But it would be great if you today could make me a collage of different baby animals. Also, really importantly, don't forget to do some reading today. So apart from reading our comprehension, don't forget to go onto Bug Club and get started on a book for this week. Reading every day is really, really important. Good luck.